What's going on, y'all? Divine message. We all have those family members, friends, co-workers, associates, bosses, supervisors, whatever relationship status you are with them. And these individuals always is on top of everything. They're really good at what they do. They do it so well, right? And maybe you haven't seen their journey and how they were able to get to this level of where they do what they do so well, right? And, inadvertently, we kind of put these people on pedestals because time after time again, they've shown a level of mastery, a level of excellence, right? And they're just so good at it. And they're not the good type where they just brag about it all the time. No, they just good at it. They don't brag. They just want to do the best they can where they can, And they're not gatekeepers either. They show people how to do it. They're just an awesome individual all around. But then, somebody put in the comments, but then they make an error. They make a mistake. They do something that just was a lapse of judgment. Like, dang. And then they get crucified. And when I say they get crucified, meaning that the view that you have of them, the image that you've had, the idea that you had, right? How you used to see them is now put on the cross, so to speak, and hung there and whipped in your mind, right? How could they do this? What was they thinking? It was better than this. And you know what? I've been guilty of this myself with people close to me. I'm just so used to them doing what they're supposed to do. And then when they slip up, I'm holding their feet to the fire, boy, because, you supposed to, this is what you've been doing. And then grace just goes out the window. Got to be more careful, right? Grace just goes out the window. And I've been the one to throw the grace out the window for others. And I'm not even thinking about it at the time, right? But then I'm like, I've been the other one who they've thrown the grace out for me too. Like it's two sides to a coin, And not until, well, I'm not gonna say that. It just feels different, And I just want to say that, like, no one's perfect, right? No one's perfect. No one has all the answers, even though they seem like they do to you. They don't, No one moves in step all the time because people are fighting battles that you have no idea. Their life may look one way, You may be close to them, right? And you have no idea what people going through. And they put on that great smile, that great attitude. They so perfect at putting on the exterior perfection. But inside, they dealing with battles themselves, right? And that could be our social media content creators, our favorite content creators, right? That could go for our favorite actors and celebrities, right? That could even go to the closest people in our lives, right? And we got no idea that this person's going through this because we thinking, shit, their life is perfect, And it looks perfect from your perception of them, But they just don't put that strain on you. They don't discuss or they don't want to, they don't want to dwell on what's going on. Maybe they got a handle on it, but it's still a struggle type handle. You know what I mean? It's still a challenging handle. It could be something emotional, right? We don't know what people are going through. So the whole point of this divine message is grace. right? Give those grace who deserve it. And when I say they deserve it, right, they time after time again, they done stood 10 toes down. Time after time again, they done came through and been there. Time after time again, they've been dependable. Time and time after again, the pattern has been solid. They've been solid. They name rings solid. And this one time, right? And when I say one, I'm using it as an example, right? Because my thing, this is how I measure these things in time frames, right? Are you making a mistake multiple times in a week, in a month? You know what I mean? Is that your pattern? Or maybe you're like, you know what? Damn, once a year this person slipped, or once every couple years, or every couple months. Like, based upon what they already done, can I weigh their triumphs over their mishaps? I think that was good right there. You know? So that's the divine message for today. Give grace, right? And it's difficult at times to give grace because you feel like, man, I'm giving grace to someone who don't deserve it based upon their actions. But I'm not giving you grace based upon today's actions. I'm giving you grace based upon the actions of yesterday, right? What you already put in the bank. I'm giving you grace, because I love you, right? This is what unconditional love feels like, even if I feel like you wronged me, right? Because sometimes our emotions, a lot of times, our emotions have us overthinking, and we in a whole nother place. We're not even on track with it, right? We can't even see. We only think about me, right? When that other person is going through something too, So, give grace, right? Give grace. Give grace, right? Because it feels good to receive grace, right? And give grace to those, most importantly, who actually deserve it. Because this is a struggle sometimes with the grace thing, right? The struggle is this. We give grace to those who don't deserve the grace. And we've been doing that over and over again. So when it's time to give grace to the person who actually deserve it, we feel like, nah, the last time I gave grace, this person did that. And you're right, that was the last time, but it wasn't this person, right? And it's misplaced anger, misplaced judgment, displaced judgment, displaced anger, right? Give grace. All right, y'all. Appreciate you. If this resonates with you, you know what to do. All right. And if it doesn't, take the meat and leave the bones. And what that means is, shoot, this could be for somebody else that you know. And like I said, this is a timeless, intuitive message. I don't know if I said that earlier, but it is. And what that means is, there's no time and date for this message. It could be for your past, it could be for your current, and it could be for your future. All right, y'all. Peace out.